Alright guys, now is as good a time as any to start this video, I think. Oh god, I want to say what a day, but I should really say, and it's laughable now. Oh my god, it's laughable. Jesus Christ, I haven't genuinely laughed for a while, actually, a good couple of weeks, that's for sure. Because my head has been absolutely swimming. I wanted to say, look, and I've just gone on for 30 seconds and I apologise, but that's what we do here because the channel's called It's Okay to Talk, and it is okay to talk, and these videos have been more useful for me in the last couple of days than I would ever have imagined. They were getting stale, to be honest. The video topic around quitting alcohol was getting stale. I was talking about the same things. I needed a break from it, and I took a break. I took a 12-day break. During those 12 days, I brought alcohol back into my life for various reasons, on various days. Not every day, and not to the extent that I have in the past. Either way, it's been a fucking massive month, man. It's the 30th of December 2023, and thinking back, the first video I created on this channel was early January, was it? 2023, I think, pretty sure. And so it's been a year of experimentation. That's the first word that comes to mind. It's been a year of achievement. It's been a year of discovery for everyone involved, not just me. But it's also been a year of achievement. Did I say that? I feel like I've said that. And we're capping it off, guys. We are capping it off. It's almost New Year. It's the 30th of December 2023. Just a bit of context as to why I may or may not be able to string a sentence together right now. I worked my full-time job yesterday. It was a Friday. 8 till 4:30, and then came over to this unit, did a bit more work. Then I went back home and I worked from 10:30 till 6 in the morning at my casual role. By the end of that, I was absolutely dying, but I didn't go to sleep. I stayed awake. Came 6 o'clock in the morning, I came back to this unit. No, sorry, 8 o'clock in the morning. Came back to this unit. Let the carpet guy in. The carpet has been laid. It looks fantastic. I put the curtains back up. The curtains are up. Dry cleaned curtains, looking good. And then I went out the back and ripped up the entire backyard, or shoveled it. Shoveled the entire backyard, basically. Everything except for the soil. Into a wheelbarrow, and took wheelbarrow loads across there and dumped it. And that took me about 4 hours. So on absolutely zero sleep, I went and did a good 4 hours of really tough manual labor on zero sleep. I did an all-nighter. An all-nighter is something that I thought was absolutely fucking impossible. A couple of years ago, I thought, no way! There's no way in hell I'd be able to do that. But that was because I smoked weed every day. And as soon as I smoked weed, give me a couple of hours and I'm falling asleep. And for me to try and push through that is absolutely horrific. So for me to have taken out weed, for one, has allowed me to have the energy to push through things like that. And so I'm really, really happy and proud to say that my backyard is not perfect, but the eyesore that was the stones and the bark and the weeds, for that matter, that was just laying absolutely everywhere, has gone. It's gone. It's back to bare soil. I've kept my 2 citrus trees, my 2 lime trees, and I've also kept my little Buddha statue. But apart from that, it's all fucking gone. And that's the picture that I had in my head. No, it doesn't look perfect, but it's a clean slate. And tomorrow is the big day. Tomorrow I've got the tenant coming to have a look, and you know, I'll explain that, look, I'm thinking about getting it tiled, but I'll say, you know, what do you reckon? What do you think would be best? And we'll work through it. But I'm going to head inside. I'm back here now. The first thing I'm going to do is mop the floor. Then I'm going to clean the glass once again. And following that, I'm going to get the camera back out and have a little chat. I want to show you the carpet upstairs. It looks absolutely phenomenal. The place looks, I'm not going to say $1 million, but it looks about $400,000, which is around about the purchase price for this at the moment. And being that I bought it for $360 7 years ago, it has been one of the least performing fucking real estate markets as far as capital gains in the entire world, I'm going to say, if not Australia. So last night throughout my night shift I did the sums and I worked out that, look, you know, I might be asking $575 a week for this, but if I was literally going to get $1 less per week, it just wouldn't make sense to keep this anymore. And I went back and forth. I texted Miffy at 3 in the morning. I said, I'm selling it. I'm selling it. I've done the sums. I've done the maths. It's over. I'm selling it. And then by the end of my shift at 6, I changed my mind again. And my mind went back and forth. And I think half the reason why I said that to her is because I knew that I had this fucking mammoth task of clearing the backyard in front of me. And I got it done. It's done. It's fucking done. The curtains dry cleaned, $720, $2.5 grand cash I handed over this morning to get the carpets done. The cleaner I got quoted at $700. I looked at him. I thought, you know what? I can do a better job than you. It took me a couple of weeks of coming here after work every day, but we got it done. So I saved about $700 in that respect. Bit of maintenance, I'm going to say that has totaled to about $500 so far, and I haven't got the bill for that. So, you know, all going well. I think that I should be able to tenant this place, have moved out and got it up to, you know, the best standard it's going to be, the best standard it's ever been, I'm going to say, apart from when I moved in for the first time, for about $4 grand. So I'm $4 grand in the hole. But $575 a week with a 4-week security deposit will hand me about three grand of that back instantly. So I can just replenish the bank balance. It's not my money, of course, it's a security deposit and it's rent for the first 2 weeks, but it'll make me feel just that much better because at the moment I have absolutely no money until next Friday. So alright guys, I'm going to head inside, finish off the last couple things, and then sit down and continue this chat, because I'm enjoying it. Peace. 9:37 p.m. Saturday the 30th of December 2023. What a time to be alive, motherfuckers. Oh shit. Oh god. Okay, so you've seen me sit on this very staircase before at the bottom talking. You've seen me sit in this very bedroom right here talking right next to that window. In fact, my day 1 video ever was sitting right there at around about this position, right here, up against my mattress, with the natural light streaming in because I wanted to look as good as possible, even though I felt like shit. And yeah, I mean, there have been many videos, tens of videos, maybe even 100 videos. No, probably not 100. Well, yeah, I'm going to say probably 100 videos on this channel at this point have been shot, at least in part, in this house, in this unit. New carpet, motherfuckers. Oh shit, new carpet. I don't know if I'm going to cry. I don't know if I'm going to cry. I've felt it coming on throughout the day, knowing that the end was so near. I have felt it coming on. I don't know if I'm going to allow it to happen. I think it's going to happen at some point. And you know, when I make videos like this and I reflect, it can bring it to the surface. But at this point, guys, this unit is looking as good and as presentable as it ever has. I am super proud with where I've got to, but I still have to convince myself of that, because one thing I have realized, guys, and I injured my back in the gym yesterday too, so shoveling 4 hours worth of fucking stones and dirt and bark into wheelbarrows really got me in bits. But either way, one thing I have realized, as we just marvel at this brand new carpet, unbelievable, wowee, look at that. So that's the master bedroom behind you. There's a little study area there, second bedroom, bathroom, which took me about 4 hours to clean. We've got the staircase going downstairs and all the rest of it. But yeah, one thing I have realized whilst I turn off the lights is that perfectionism, and I would call myself a perfectionist. Say goodnight. I would call myself a perfectionist, and it has served me at times, but it's also been a burden at times. And I'm not going to say that it's been a burden around getting this unit ready for tenancy. I'm not going to say that, although there is look at that, there's a fucking cobweb, and that's going to fuck me right off. So I've got it right here. I'm going to say that it's been a burden because it's got it to this point, and it's about to hopefully secure me a premium rental amount of $575 per week. But what I've learned is that perfectionism and being a perfectionist around owning property and renting property and renovating property can be a hindrance. It can be a burden because you nitpick the hell out of absolutely every little nook and cranny in your apartment. I mean, if you own it, right, it's your baby. This has been my baby for the last 7 or 8 years, and I'm super scared to let it go, be that sell it or tenant it. But basically, being a perfectionist, and also, you know, when I want something, I want it now. And I think there's a lot of people out there like that, and sometimes you just got to accept the fact that you can't get it now. But, you know, I've over the last three weeks, it was the 8th of December that we moved out. It feels like it's been 3 months, if not 3 years. It really does. 3 weeks has just dragged on. Half the reason is because I've been paying a mortgage on this place and I haven't had any rental income coming in, but that was something that I had to cop. I had to do that. I had to accept that and absorb that. But when reality hit, and I actually had to do it, and I actually walked into this apartment for the first time post furniture removal, and I realized just in how much of a state it was, I was completely and utterly overwhelmed. And over the last 3 weeks, I have had to attempt to contain that overwhelm and, you know, walk away when I needed to, sleep on it when I needed to, pay for certain things when I needed to, rather than try and do them myself. And at the end of the day, I've learnt a lot. I've learnt a lot about the process and things. I've learnt that you need to trust the process sometimes. It doesn't matter how much, you know, how many lists you make or how meticulous you are about your planning. You know, things are always going to throw a spanner in the works. But if you do have that level of quality and standard about you, the final product, regardless of how many hours it's going to take or how much money it's going to take, is going to be good. And once it all comes together, for example, today, the curtains are up, the carpets are in, the backyard is clear. Those were three majors, right? Three major things that made this place just look unfinished. And in my opinion, shit. And I had to deal with it. I had to walk in here and I had to scrub the walls and I had to do the bathrooms and I had to do the glass and clean the concrete and clean the walls outside and the fences and all this other shit, whilst knowing that it was only ever going to come together on the last day. And for me, that has been super, super difficult to deal with. And it has meant that my mindset and my mind and my thoughts have been just absolutely consumed with this apartment. And but we're here. And so I'm going to enjoy it. I said to Miffy, I'm going to come over here tonight. I'm going to get everything done. It's finished now. There's nothing more I can do, except for clean the oven. But don't tell the tenant that. I'm going to come over here in the morning at 9:30. I don't have to come over here at 7 or 6 or anything crazy. Everything's done up to a certain standard. Come over here at 9:30. The tenant's coming at 10. I'm going to sit in here and I'm just going to enjoy it for half an hour. I'm going to look around and think, you know what? I fucking own this. The bank owns some of it, but this is mine. This is my baby. I've got to be proud of it. I am proud of it. I'm proud of what we've achieved the last 3 weeks, because it hasn't just been me. Miffy's helped as well. And I'm going to welcome this tenant in and say, look, man, this is, you're welcome to take it. $575 a week. Let's sign a contract. That's the plan. So as of tonight, the time has come for me to leave. I am getting messages saying, are you done? I'm going to say, coming now. And what I didn't mention is that today actually, I finished here at like 12:30. It must have been 12, and then we went to the movies at 12:30. I was almost falling asleep in the movies. Finished that at 2, got home, I went straight to bed. I woke up at 5, so I've had 3 hours sleep today. And then, I came over here at 6 till 8, went home. Got a couple more things that I needed, and I've come back, and now it's 9:45. So 9:45, 30th of December, tomorrow 31st, New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's to anyone out there watching this shit. I don't know who you are, I don't know where you are, I don't know why you're watching it, but you are watching it for some reason, and for that I appreciate it, and I say thank you. Let's turn the lights off. Turn out the lights. Oh, what is that song? All of the lights. I don't even know. All of the lights are off. That's what I do know. Curtains are up. Lights are off. Oh, doors locked. Boom, boom. I fucking love this apartment, man. It was super hard for me to leave. Super, super hard. Because of the mission that was ahead of me, but also because I love it. I do love this unit. I've lived in here as a single man. I've lived in here as a single father. I've lived in here as a co-parent, and for the last 2.5 years, a co-parent with my 2 beautiful kids. And this little pillar here was the most heartbreaking thing. I left it right until the last minute because it had the height chart of my kids for the last 2.5 years, and there was a hell of a lot of growth, I'll tell you that. And it was tough to get rid of, but at the end of the day, my new tenant isn't going to want that. So yeah, this is it, man. Might not seem like much, you know what I mean? Might not seem like much to any fucking rich cunts out there, any millionaires living in... you don't need a mansion, guys. At the end of the day, you don't need a mansion. All you need is a roof over your head and a bit of comfortability and some walls, some white walls, in my opinion. Bit of technology here and there. A bed would be nice. Running water. And that's about enough for me. So, I bid you farewell. I almost cried there. I'm not going to call it. I'm not going to call it a full-on emotional outburst, but it was something, and it might come on later. But either way, I will make a video tomorrow. I'm going to update you on how it went, how the meeting went, if I signed a lease, if I got a lease signed, I should say, or at least a gentleman's agreement, because at the end of the day, I am a private renter, private landlord, and we're living in a place called Alice Springs, which is pretty fucking relaxed at the end of the day, and I don't want anything really strict. I just want someone to come in, pay the rent, and look after the place, and that ain't too much to ask. So I will see you guys tomorrow.